Farming with biodiversity in mind is more of a systems approach to farming. It's looking at the whole farm and everything within it rather than just the crop. And when you're looking at your farm, it's how do you connect with the exterior ecosystem around you. So biodiversity includes below ground diversity as well as above ground diversity. And below ground diversity is dependent upon what's growing in it. Because if you have a monoculture crop, then you're going to have one subset of microorganisms there. If you have diverse plantings, then you'll have a much more diverse set of microorganisms in your soil. Cover crops have a lot of uses, from soil fertility to insectaries to just habitat for insects within the vineyard. And then finally, even to protect the soil from the sun. And then we've also got all these habitat plantings that we've got around the vineyard that are also quite diverse. So instead of doing a hedge of oleander, for example, we have lots of different species within that hedge area on the edge of the vineyard. We have oaks and madrones and manzanitas and things like that that you can incorporate into your system that exists naturally that you don't necessarily have to manicure and manage. We have these habitat corridors that go down the little drainage areas in the vineyards that are really reservoirs for insects, birds, everything for natural cycling to occur. When you're talking about biodiversity, having that diversity of habitat around helps you to have more predators in the area, and that could be bird predators for the gophers and the moles, you know, having owls out there and hawks and things like that. The biggest problem we have in the vineyards is weed control. And I think the biggest detractors, you could say, for organic farming would be the diesel that we use for weed control. So if I can partner with another business and bring in sheep to do my weed control, I'm building sustainability in from a greenhouse gas and carbon footprint. And to me, it's also a business sustainability portion of the equation. Because we can talk about a lot of the stuff we do in the field, it's got to be sustainable too as a business. It's more efficient in the long term to manage with biodiversity, because in the long term, this system of farming is more sustainable to my way of thinking. So in 100 years, we'll still have the soil, we'll still have all the insects in the ground and above the ground working here on the ranch.
I think balance is probably the most important thing. You know, when we talk about biodiversity, you know, you're bringing a little bit of nature into the vineyard scene. So really, balance is the key for withstanding disease pressure, insect pressure, and really finally achieving the best quality grapes.
You're building natural buffers into the system anyway, because you're building all these natural cycles, these natural systems, pest-prey cycles, nutrient cycling, things like that. They become more efficient. And therefore, if there's any shock to the system that comes in from some climate change or something like that, or a severe storm or weather event, you've got a little buffering capacity built in.
When you have a vineyard that really has biodiversity, you're getting more authentic wine. You're getting really what's there, the true characteristic of the vineyard, and then that translates into the wine. Farming
Biodiversity, farming organically, these are methods that require more management and for me to be out in the vineyard more often, and my team. And so to me, that always leads to increased quality because we're out in the vineyard more often and looking to see what's going on. Farming for quality is what we do at Bonterra anyway, because we realize we need to have good wine in the glass.